Whoever should be allowed to play. Hello, this is Fragments. We are back for... No! Wait! We've got all this way and I've realised I clicked the wrong one. There we go. We've got him back. I'd forced Quint off the screen for a second. Don't shake your head. Don't shake your head. I can edit all this and make you look so bad when it goes on the VOD. I can make you say things. So, last week, you just watched that a minute ago. You're going straight on to the next one. We are in the forests of Falkovnia. We are making our way towards
Fort Watton.
We're not going to Fort Watton. You've expressed an interest in going to the three traitors.
The traitors trois.
Yeah, the traitors. Missing is Vanessa. Jack is not with us this week. Jack hopes to be back with us as of next week. Let's get back. Always that music. Hopes to. Something might happen. You never know. Might be a twist to Carmen San Diego. But yeah, you are making your way up to the traitors. Let's bring up that Falkovnia map in the meantime.
Did anything of note happen last session?
You had a bit of a catch-up lore session.
I think we found out we're now a week away, aren't we? From the first moon.
Until the dead come in large numbers. So yes, you have resolved to make your way up towards the three traitors, a place that has presented some questions, but also you have you had that moment, Hazim, where you were looking to make some sort of oath or promise, and you found that there was a strange effect when you said to Rekus your intent, when you shook hands on your intent to let everybody who... What was your wording of it again? Everyone who wanted out.
Anybody who wanted to leave Falkovnia. Well, I don't know. You tell me. You're the one that signed me. You're the one that monkey-pawed me.
Yeah, that's basically what you said.
Yeah,
and it was a strange effect.
I felt a drawing pulling towards the north. We were informed that the three traitors, the three bodies of water, were that way. And we found information about the three traitors at one point, didn't we? I'm sure we've asked about the three. Did we not ask Brain in a Jar?
I don't know if we found information that.
I think it was like historic, like what the three traitors were. It was like three tribes or something, wasn't it? No, have we not found anything out about it?
No. And Cespenar knew very, very little about the actual land.
I'm sure we were told like somebody was they were drowned in it or something. Was it not Rekus? When we were walking there?
I have no memory of this.
Yeah, but you make stuff up anyway, so you're the worst person to ask for stuff. Your reality is so... Yours is like multiverse of madness. Really? Okay. If DM says he's not revealed any information, then I'll believe they've not revealed any information. I thought something had been said about it. I'm sure we asked something about it. I think it was still vague, but I don't know.
I feel like there's a chance you may have heard that some traitors met their end here. Maybe a number of them. Not as many as 4, but definitely more than 1.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it at that then.
Well, the three of you find yourselves... Nope, that's Vanessa. Heading through the woods. Who is taking the lead?
I can scout.
It is very early morning. You grabbed breakfast and basically dashed, if you remember. You can hear the slowly rising drone of insects as the day starts to heat up. Birds overhead in this forest. Most of the woodland has been pretty sparse of wildlife. You at one point see the rapid movement of a startled deer about 100 feet ahead. There seems to be a little more life here than, say, the Southwood, where you saw like a couple of pigeons over the course of like a full day's travel. Make me a survival check.
I am at some point gonna take out one of those things. Are we just having it that I am successful in doing that these days?
Unless something weird is going on.
Yeah. Why are you the way you are, Whisper?
That better be just getting the bad roll out of the way.
We will see.
Monkey will have already been resetting Foundry to reset that algorithm.
Look at that.
My God.
But doesn't count because you didn't say what you're trying to do. Don't roll. I'm going to tell you what you were doing. Talk to me, and I'll tell you when a roll is required.
To be fair, that's fair. But
20
I was just thinking that, but being in such a brand new place, Quint's just going to be trying to take all of it in at once, like looking around, looking at what kind of the lay of the land's like, the vegetation, the birds, if there's any people,
So that's
anything he can, really.
That's fair enough. So Quint's first walk around during the daytime. Falcovnia is very much the high end of summer vibe before autumn starts to creep in. Warm days, autumnal, like just a bit of like oranging coming in the trees and the ferns, but it looks to be pleasant. You can tell there's a tiny bit of a loose morning fog, but you can tell that it's promising to be a warm day. The sun is already very high in the sky, and yeah, you hear the rise of birds and insects as you carry on, the occasional distant call of some mammal. After about an hour, you want to get that done now? Okay, yeah, sure. So you're gonna.
So for the first time that Quinn has seen it, as we're walking, we see some birds around. I just pick up a little rock off the floor, load it into a sling, and a little puff of feathers and knock a bird out of the tree. Go over, slice it open, and I'm kind of like going through its entrails, kind of like chewing on a little bit, throwing it one side, having a little roll around on the floor, and then I will make my wisdom check, DC 12, and obviously I'm going for my main horror specs on this one. Ability check. So this is it doesn't matter as I'm going through it. Can't really get a read on these foul entrails. Hey, come on. Inspiration. Okay, I just pick up the bird and throw it to one side.
Just it's like Simpsons of a dead hamster.
Yeah.
You're
Quinn.
not going to eat it?
No, it is for making predictions.
I see. More like portents and such.
Indeed.
Ah.
Horror specs, we call it. It is sometimes harder to get a read here than back home. I am very far away from my destiny, but providing I stay on the right path, I think I should be fine.
Has Quint encountered any like this before?
I don't think he will ever have seen someone do it, but I imagine that it is something he would have heard of or read about in passing. That something that exists, you know. Although typically with more, I imagine at least, more less learned casters, more kind of a tribal type class. You know what I mean?
Racist.
More like the witch doctor or something kind of a go to than Mr. Wizard.
I apologise to all of our viewers. These
Yeah.
comments will be edited retroactively because this
Any
is not culturally
unlearned witch doctors out there?
If there are any learned witch doctors watching, please let us know. You can write an email to
Harrison at
correct. Ofcom. So this happens. About half an hour later, as Whisper keeps leading you north, directly following the sun at all times with her eyes closed, thanks to that nat one. You notice Whisper. In fact, I need to check again what Quince is. I need to get used to knowing Quince. Okay, yeah, Whisper still in the lead with that. You notice 2 undead. This has become a fairly familiar sight to you and Hazim by now, navigating Falkovnia. Just a couple of emaciated corpses staggering very slowly, almost just aimlessly throughout the woods. You see them there about 200 feet ahead. Passing sort of in almost in the same direction you're going. They're sort of heading off to like your 10 o'clock at a very slow pace. From the back, Quinn, you can clearly see that these are 2 heavily wounded, mutilated corpses that nonetheless are stood upright and are making a very poor attempt at walking. And you can just sort of hear the occasional, like, groaned vocalization.
He puts his hand to one of the swords on his right hilt and turns to the others. Should we dispatch them?
Just gonna like kind of give a signal to lower voices and just gonna walk a little bit over this way. Let them do.
If you leave them alone, then most of the time they will leave you.
And I'm just gonna kind of direct us away, but where there's 2, there could be more. So I'm obviously keeping a much more alert eye on the tree line.
Maybe perception check.
So we don't try and avoid them and then run smack dab into more.
One does not simply walk into more.
Amazing.
Why?
There's a horde of them.
You cast a glance around, Whisper, and you don't see any more.
Makes sense.
You are confident that those are the only 2. And they're heading off to your 2 o'clock. So did you say you're not gonna slow your pace, but you're gonna sort of veer off a little bit the other way?
Yeah,
Yep.
keeping an eye on as we're passing. Glaive out at the ready, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're sneaking.
You
Or
tell me. Are you all?
I didn't say I was sneaking before I got that
Yeah.
shit roll, so I feel like
Yeah.
it would be.
You.
well, I mean, that was a perception check, though. So
Yeah, I was more in my mind. I was more just
we're just
like,
giving them a really wide
You've
berth.
taken it, yeah, you're gonna
not-
wide berth.
yeah,
Sure.
while also trying to be careful so that while doing that, I don't just and run into more. So
Yeah. You've got a little bit of visibility on them far over to your left as you reach a point where you're like overtaking them, and you can see they don't seem to have like locked eyes on you as you pulled ahead. You're very much tended to in like your paths. Another half hour later, the trees begin to thin a little. Is there anything else you want to be discussing amongst yourselves before you arrive, potentially, based on Whisper Survival check, at your destination?
No, I think we'll be
would've
keeping
been quietly
things...
watching the trees, and yeah, this is new territory.
I think we'll be keeping quiet for the most part. We don't know what's around here. We don't want to disturb anything.
Okay. So, as Whisper successfully leads you all the way back to Fort Watton, you can... no. You hear more songbirds and the lapping of water as you arrive at your actual destination. But you may not have tokens on the scene, so I'll pop you back on. The trees thin somewhat. There are small hillocks and ledges around you. Nothing but a bit of a scrabble. Wouldn't solve. But you can also hear the distant, gentle lapping of water.
DM, before we get into this, can you remove Quint's token, reset it so we can see his hit points, and then bring him back on, so we don't do it in the middle of combat?
There's still no combat here.
Then why even load up
on
a map?
me like there was you could
Am I
see them.
supposed to be seeing a token?
Yeah, well, I've just taken it off. Always for owner, he'd set it to. Bit of update token. Bit of. Cool.
Yeah, I still cannot see it.
healthy.
So when
Can't
press
see it.
F5, it's you.
Oh yeah. Okay. In that case, I shall
Okay.
hit
Refreshing.
the 5.
Yeah, with my keen mind, have I ever seen this artwork before?
Did you not long rest, Fizzy?
I know, because I
Not
stayed up
before
watching
went.
you.
Oh.
I got like a little. I got to spend some hit dice. I got a short rest. But yeah, I didn't get a full one. But short rest, boy. Might as well be.
Are you being flippant by recognise this artwork, or are you asking if you've accidentally led us back to somewhere you've been before?
I'm genuinely asking because also I swear you've used this for a different location,
No,
and
No.
so
No.
okay.
false. Learn
So I have
your
not led us
learn your
somewhere?
maps.
You've not led us to anywhere you've been before.
Well, you know, all the mad cartographer stuff looks the same. So
Oh God! Fortunately,
What?
I
No,
didn't make this map.
I was seeing a James RPG scene art.
oh,
Yeah. Oh, because he was being flippant and he loaded up.
that was when
Fort
he was
Watton.
referencing Fort Watton.
Okay, thank God.
That's why you said you couldn't see the tokens, because you didn't know the map
That's
had
the
loaded up.
last thing that I saw. Yeah, I'm.
So
still
you can't
reloading.
see this.
No, I'm reloading.
You and your jokes, damn. Such a funny guy.
It'd be such a good joke if it weren't for the boundary not working.
What's
So the
this?
people who are here,
Yeah.
there are fireflies. Despite it being morning and daybreaking, there are fireflies overhead. Why is Monkey looking so amused by this?
Quinn stares around in wonderment and says, I do not believe my eyes. There must be 10,000 of them.
You have been penalised half your HP.
You have got -inspiration. You owe the DM 1 inspiration.
Are you still loading? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, what are... So she's loading. Quint's banned. Hazim, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll probably. Well, I mean, we don't necessarily know that we're any closer, so I imagine we'd be carrying on with the same.
Yeah, you got
Marching order.
the fireflies.
Okay. Oh, so it now suddenly feels different, does it?
And the sounds and the sounds of water, which is like lake lapping shore water, which is a sound that you've not heard yet in this direction.
Oh yeah.
Here.
Yeah, we didn't lay trees down very good for this map. We can literally see all the way to the side of the map. Okay. I see some kind of weird.
You do.
I don't want to say forest altar or anything like that, but some weird kind of forest altar.
Yes.
You do see a large raising of stone ahead of you.
Quint leaves behind blood all over the floor from his mental anguish.
The fireflies turn on him. They are in fact glowing sturges. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm intrigued for sure.
Reflect your intriguement in character.
I'm intrigued.
What is this place? Is this something that you've that was mentioned?
I presume when we get here, we can see straight out that this isn't a river; it is the lake in front of us, yeah, or at least one of the lakes.
Mm-hmm.
How early in the morning is it?
It is 7:33 a.m. You should be. Do you not have the clock module on your screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Who checks these things now?
What time is sunrise, though? Like, how long has the sun been up?
About an hour.
I wasn't necessarily expecting an altar or anything here, but interesting.
I am surprised the fireflies are still out this late in the morning.
In terms of the map of the three traitors, is this just by one of them? Is this more like on a particular edge that we're approaching from, like near the forest?
What do we see in terms of the other lakes ahead of us?
Yeah, as you bring yourself to the edge or to a point where you can look out and you can see across to the others, I can't ping on an image, but you see that you've effectively walked up a bit of a land bridge. You see a lake in front of you, but also a lake at sort of 2 o'clock and one at 10 o'clock. You feel like you are fairly central between the three of them.
Exactly where I'd expect an altar to be.
Like, we're right at the bottom of the H in 3?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps this is the ritual location in order to escape this place. Obviously, we would still need the appropriate key, but maybe this is where we have to be.
Is it made of stone?
It is.
Salsa?
Slightly darker than sandstone. So imagine imagine the love child of sandstone and flint. Sandstone and slate. Where flint came from.
Do I recognize these glyphs?
You can make me an Arcana check, but also, Hazim, you feel something moving around in your bag, your satchel, like a hand is rummaging around for something. Just a slight displacement of belongings, like you're being pickpocketed.
It's
will-
definitely focusing on the runes at this point.
Quickly spin around. Anything behind me?
No.
Then I will throw my bag to the floor and anything in there?
No, but you see, well, your possessions are in there, but you see, I don't know how you'd wrapped or placed
The melon, my
The
melon
ar-
plant,
the arrowhead,
the arrowhead.
but it
ooh.
is low vibrating.
Ooh. I will.
Azim?
Yeah. I thought there was something in my bag. The arrowhead is vibrating. And I look around me, and I will take it out and hold it on the palm of my hand.
Yeah, it continues to shake, and does so more more aggressively than before.
Does it seem to get stronger as I step to the center of the altar?
Yes. Yes. Quint, as you're looking and inspecting these runes, as Hazim begins to approach the center, you see the runes all begin to just give a very slow building orange glow.
Looks like something's happening. The runes.
And they kind of like. I'll kind of like look at him, and I'll step back off the altar, walking back, looking at him. I want to know whether they dim and whether the talisman stops vibrates less.
As you step back, it does. Yeah. The runes do not dim. And for a moment, dying down as you step away, you become aware of the fog suddenly sort of just drops down to the floor into a bit of a thickening mist that then burns off when you stepped away as quickly as it came. The runes continue to glow, although Quint, you can see they are slowly dimming. The talisman continues to vibrate in your hand, Azim.
I'll step back up.
How did you
Well,
activate the arrowhead before? Perhaps we can simply be rid of this place.
Seem to have activated itself. I look around as this mist starts to be getting thicker. I don't know.
Ian, can I? While this is happening and I'm watching the mist kind of go and these runes light up, can I just kind of circle around this thing and examine it?
Sure. What sort of examination are you making of it? Any sort of
So
focus?
obviously there's runes, but like I feel like I wouldn't know anything about like magic runes. So I'm mostly looking for how do I word this? I'm looking for old things. Does that make sense? I'm looking for like signs of why this was built. Like, is this like a sun shape? Like, what is this? Like, are there depictions on the sides of this altar thing? Like, is
Okay,
there
make me
anything about like effigies like in the dirt? I have no idea. Like, I'm just
make me an investigation check.
Was I able to discern anything about the runes other than their
See
appearance?
what
Come
your
on.
roll was. No. you recognize one of them as being somewhat familiar to one of the base runes of teleportation. But the rest, all the others, are lost to you. Whisper, you're able to see that this it is not a sun shape. The things that look like prongs of a sun here are more like deep roots. This is something that you can see has not been placed on the ground. You're confident this is deeply rooted. They look like they're almost like the top of like slats or like struts or pillars that are sunk in. So yeah, they reach from just under the platform straight to being flush of the ground, and if you were to scrabble or dig away at the edge a little bit, you'll see that it keeps going down. No carvings at all on the side. Oddly, no moss, no plant growth. Nature has not overtaken this at all. The couple of trees that have been cut back nearby are cut back. This has been cleared at some point fairly recently. You are able to make you've done an investigation. It's difficult for you to see. It's difficult to tell how long ago, but you see that moss and lichen hasn't overtaken like the top of the stump yet. It hasn't sort of turned to rot. It's fairly recent.
Okay.
What we want to do?
Does anything seem to change when I step up onto the platform?
Not that you can immediately.
Okay. I would have
tell.
very slowly walked up the steps, just making sure nothing was changing as I was ascending.
Yeah.
I'm gonna place the.
You know what?
I'm reaching down and I'm about to place the arrowhead on the actual altar, and then I will stop as I hear that.
Yeah, just
sound.
spooky noises as the
Spoopy.
mist get thicker.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'm definitely just like looking at Hazim and then also down at the arrowhead. Just
Yeah.
very.
Well, I don't know if he did
on-guard.
place it or if he changed his mind.
I stopped for a second and then I'm gonna place it on, see if it does anything.
So the arrowhead vibrating violently as you put it down, and it just immediately snaps to being point down and stops shaking, but just very slowly begins to rotate. Arrowhead down towards the stone and is just floating millimeters above the center and is just turning.
Well,
The runes are glowing orange. Nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna snatch the arrowhead back up if I can.
Yeah. It's
his hand.
it's jarring as you grab it, as it immediately begins vibrating again once it's back in.
I'm gonna just pocket it for now. I do not know what there is to do here yet, but clearly this is the place that we need to come to, and we do know.
Well, that's one worry assuaged, I suppose. Knowledge is power and all that.
I saw you examining the runes. Did you make head or tail of them?
I'm afraid there's only really one that's any sort of familiar, and this one here, it sort of resembles what one might expect to use as part of the initial steps of a teleportation spell, but I don't suppose that's really of any news to us in this case. The rest of it, I'm afraid, is quite outside my learning.
Jim, we saw a map, correct? When we were in Fort Watton. Someone showed us a map. Like a crudely drawn map of
I got them to draw us one
Malkovnia,
at
right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
why
shows
I've
where
been. Yeah.
Lekar and Morfenzi are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I will look up and it would seem that this is the way out, possibly. We have all the required elements. Should we continue, I believe we need to go east and a little north to get around the Morfenzi. I would say we avoid the roads.
I agree. The allies that we may have met, we have left them far behind, and we do not know whether we are enemies of the rest of Malkovnia. And so I think it betters us to at least be somewhat cautious. He said what, for us to leave here, it either needed to be at the permission of the Dark Lord, but that Drakov did not have that power anymore, or at their death. But we do not know what happens if they die.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all hear that?
Well, I mean, I did, so I would assume that Whisper did.
Talisman.
Ah, shit.
You all hear
Sort out.
a low whispered groan. Familiar to Whisper and Hazim.
Yeah, I am immediately going to pop pass without trace on us. And then look at them and just say, run north along the river.
You're seeing this. You see floating from the trees, hovering. You would not have seen this before, so allow me to show you. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to show you. That's the wrong art. It's the wrong trousers. 1 second, I can quickly show you something here.
Come on, Gromit.
There we go. You see a figure floating some 30 feet above the floor.
Yeah, but oh, there it is. Oh,
It would immediately be apparent that that is not a mask.
even worse.
Yeah. As it comes flying out towards you, we will have you roll initiative. Add you all to the combat state.
Quint is startled.
Is he startled?
Yes. With a mighty 1 on his initiative roll.
Oh, really?
Quint dies. That is the end. The others run and he's left behind.
I think it might be too late to run, depending on what this thing does.
So, out a bit. Yeah, the figure drifting forward, and the fog has darkened. As you can see on the map here, it suddenly is closer to dusk than early morning. As it hovers out, flying towards you. First of all, it extends a hand, lifting up from the floor, and there is a burst of shadow in your midst.
Hello.
And from it emerges up this twisting shape, dripping in golden, a large golden mask. A physical, but shifting with sort of smoke body visible beneath all. This is not like a wraith, which is clearly corporeal, but there's a weird shifting effect to its body. It is then going to... This is but still the hovering creature. It is going to cast a spell.
Fireball.
It fires a fireball at the petrol golem. It's going to shoot a spell at Hazim. A necrotic bolt. Anything but a 24, Hazim? It hits you for 10 damage, and then it will just float up another 10 foot, and that's its turn. It will move forward a bit more as well. Whisper, it's you.
Alright, I am going to shift, just kind of becoming a little more bestial in appearance. My claws and teeth kind of lengthening. And then I am going to Sacred Flame this guy.
This song has a longer wind down than I thought it did.
And then
Wow.
start running.
It failed, and you did a mighty 2 damage. Okay, anything else from you?
Nope, not right now.
Okay. Hazim.
I will say, we can't outrun these things. And then I look to Quint as I've got my glaive drawn. I'm already kind of in mid-swing. Say, the flying one will focus on me. You focus back on it. And I'm going to attack this shade. With my glaive. And then I'm going to make my second attack with my glaive. Hey. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind straight away.
These hits you do to it, you see the flesh parts. It's like when you see people, hacking away at hanging frozen meat. It cuts open, but there's no sign of blood or anything like that. It's like just cutting sausage.
Okay. And then I am going to step back. Does it attack me?
It does.
Cool.
It lunges forward of this spear, and just dark purple energy leaps out of it and strikes you.
Okay, and then I'll finish my movement here on the steps. And
Okay.
that's
That
my
was
goal.
that was horribly large damage, but it rolled there.
It definitely did.
In fact, I think that was nearly max damage. Okay, anything else from you?
Not right now.
Quint! You see this happening? You hear what Hazim says? You see this creature strike at him? What are you doing?
Having heard Hazim's instructions, he's going to rush down this way towards Whisper. He's then going to turn, sword in one hand and the other hand open. He's going to gesture in front of him and cast magic missile at the spooky clay-faced weird thing. I will do so at second level,
Lavelle! Matt Berry.
which means it does this much damage. Oh, you fucker! A further 3 times. 4 total.
I think magic missile should be banned in this campaign.
I've cast
Yeah.
it twice, and both times it's been a 1.
So did Vanessa.
Damn
Every
it.
time Vanessa's used it. Magic missile is the sacred flame of this campaign.
Okay. I have adjusted that damage.
He laughed.
I don't think I have any suitable bonus actions. No. I will draw my other short sword, so I have a short sword in each hand.
Okay. 2 short swords. The Amber Shade rushes or
whoa,
attempts
wait.
to rush
Whoa,
towards.
whoa, whoa.
It hits.
Yeah, stay right there, sucker.
You. Well, tell me what you do. Tell me how you keep it at bay.
Right, it gets to move forward at least 1 square. I'm kind of like already ready for it, and when it does, I feel like I'm kind of like keep it because I feel like it doesn't react to like pain or anything. So I feel like I've just got my glaive stuck out, so I'm kind of like holding it at bay as opposed to hamstringing and stopping it. So I'm just kind of like holding it there for a second.
Yeah. And it attempts to sort of the glaives in it and attempts to sort of like get round to the side, and you move with it and the other way, and it just can't get any further. So it just raises its hand and extends it towards you. As another one of the shadow spears
Oh, it's a throwing
bursts
spear.
out.
Oh,
No, it isn't. It's a spear that it holds, but when it thrusts it, there is a blast of energy from it. So it tries to do that again now, but you see it coming, maybe a bit more of a distance. You manage to just twist away, and this beam shoots by. It will remain there. That's it. Top of the round. The shrouded figure will necrotic bolt at you again, Hazim.
I will use Silvery Barbs and make it reroll.
Just reroll attack fully. Remind me. Oh, there's a little status from you. A silvery barb status. So it just rerolls the attack, yeah?
Yes.
And is it always the outcome, or do you choose
uses the lower roll, which
the lower roll? Describe how what that looks like, Quint.
He's just panicking and seeing multiple things hitting Hazim, so as this bolt comes out, he mutters under his breath, and kind of slashes forwards with his sword, and it's like the energy coming from the sword intercepts whatever is being shot at him.
Nice, very cool. Yeah, it knocks away. I made a mistake before, so I'll let you know now because you would have felt it. But I'm not going to roll it back. Being hit by that necrotic bolt, you would have felt you can't regain HP until it gets around to its turn again. Just so you don't blow things again. If it hits again, there is a HP recovery blocking effect on that bolt. You used second wind, but I forgot to read it, so we went with it. So yeah, you knock that spell out of the air. It fizzles. And it drifts closer. A hand reaching out towards you, Hazim. And it will... Just check that.
I think I was actually supposed to put the status effect on
Choose somebody else.
Azim,
Oh, am I gonna-
because you should have advantage on the next thing you do, basically.
Nice.
Still based off Silvery Barbs. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Second part of it.
I keep hearing everyone's like, oh, I banned Silvery Barb, but I never actually read what it was. That doesn't seem terrible.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cantrip. Is it a cantrip?
No, it's
No,
not.
okay. That is all it is going to do. The tattoo on its hand glows more as it gets closer to you, Hazim. Whisper, it's you.
I am going to just point my finger and just kind of whisper in my breath towards Hazim, and a light kind of shimmer is going to momentarily pass over top of you. And then I am going to look at this thing and sacred flame it. No.
Got advantage because of Silvery Barbs.
Oh, got advantage on the save, did it?
Yeah, it did it automatically.
Let's
My
have
mistake.
a look. What were the... Did it show the two rolls? If one of them hit, then we'll just go with the hit. It isn't showing
Did it
us the...
show?
It isn't showing up the other one is. Cast it again, and if it hits, it hits.
No, roll it manually because that damage is so high.
No, the damage was very good.
You lucky DM.
Yep, you hit it. Given that was a macro error, I will remove the other 5 HP from that nice 12 you initially rolled.
Nice.
Okay.
But I'm also going to just move down.
Whisper,
Oh, nothing.
make me a perception check, please.
Ah, god damn it. Okay.
The two zombies you didn't kill before.
Oops. Why did I hit that? I don't know why I hit disadvantage.
Both were loud enough. Reaping the nat ones you sold. You do hear the groans of the undead to the south.
Okay.
It's the same undead.
Well,
Or
you
just
know,
different- or just
can
ones
just
that we've
hear.
not seen.
She can just hear some
Yeah.
undead.
How far can I judge their distance based off the sounds they're making?
You can't see them yet, but they sound to be
Round
no
our
more,
ear.
no more than 30, 40 feet away.
Round about 75 feet over here, this guy that for some reason we can see in the
They
shadow.
are clearly headed in our direction. They know we're here. There's
Yeah.
sounds up here. I'm gonna look back, and I am going to say, "Help us!" loudly into the forest, and then just turn my attention back to what's happening here.
Who are you?
Listen,
Talking
I'm
to-
always hoping that it's mayor people.
Okay,
Whisper is optimistic, okay?
okay.
It's the same outcome, even if it doesn't work.
Right.
Back on planet Earth, Hazim. It's you.
I'm gonna attack this dude who I get advantage on. Come on, do me good. Oh,
Nice.
it's nearly a crit that.
Damage wasn't.
Ooh.
Bonus action.
You're hitting these blows well, and you can tell that it doesn't seem too put off by these blows, even ones that you know are pretty grievous. You feel as if it is taking the non-magical physical hits very well.
I mean, I can't fight the thing that's 40 foot up in the air,
Yeah.
so there's
Yeah.
not much else I can do at the moment. And then I'll make my second attack.
Yeah,
Oh, so close.
all hitting, all hitting. You almost take it down to a knee for a moment. It is looking in a bad way. The
It is looking in a bad
as
way?
you're damaging it, it's taking these hits fine, but as you're wailing it more and more, you just see cracks start to form across all the mask, and the mask is looking pretty fractured by this point.
Okay, then I will go for... I'll take an Action Surge. And I'll get another hit on it.
Okay. That hits.
And... So it doesn't matter whether I'm adjacent to it or not, it can hit me with that thing whenever it wants,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Then I am going to momentarily, to hopefully try and buy myself some respite, I will say... no, I won't. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stay with it. I'm gonna stay with it. Okay, yeah. I will step one back because it came for me last time, so I'm gonna presume it's gonna mindlessly wander.
Okay.
And then that will be my go. Come
Okay,
on.
Quint, it's you.
If you're action surging, you do get both attacks.
I thought we established what you get.
Yeah, last time I thought we said we don't.
No.
I get like.
Haste, you get one attack. Action surge is an action.
Oh.
Back in he goes!
Back in he goes. Good old. This is what you need. You need a fighter in the group, not this fake one. Well,
Turns out it didn't matter.
it didn't matter anyway. Hey ho.
Well.
Right.
Okay, Quint, it's you.
Especially seeing Hazim backing up, I will do so again. And following his instructions, I'm going to keep trying to attack the hooded figure. I'm going to magic missile again. Come on, magic missile.
Come on, magic missile.
Okay.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
And that was at second level again, so 3 more of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, boy.
For a total of 16. Not bad.
Right. So haste just gave me an extra attack, not an extra action, whereas action surge
Yep.
just gives you your action again. Nice.
Anything else from you, Quint?
No, he's just looking like he's braced in case anyone does get close.
Okay.
Having although she's probably more capable, feeling a little bit like he should stand in front of Whisper and protect her.
Misogynist.
Bear in mind, Whisper is shifted at the moment. So Whisper has gone full were-rabbit and is not her usual self. Describe.
What does that look like,
He hasn't
please?
seen this yet. Describe.
Muted.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, was that a talk for a few seconds?
It's
yeah,
not
cool.
even full were-rabbit. It's just I take on a more bestial appearance, so I get larger and almost more, not even really larger. I look like I have been working out, like Gal Gadot, like Fast and the Furious to Wonder Woman. Do you know what I mean? Like,
She looks out. Basically, when
like,
she walks in the
I
joint,
suddenly
everyone.
look like
It looks
I
like she can
have
take care of herself.
a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah.
And like my claws are definitely much more. It's like before it was a little bit of a claw-like vibe, and now it's like, yeah, claws. And like
Talons.
if I were to open my mouth, my teeth are much longer and I just look more animalistic in my movements.
Yeah, as he's like backing up to protect her, he looks around and then does a bit of a double take and is like, oh. How tall is Whisper?
Currently.
Oh,
Uh,
currently.
if it changes, then
So
both.
normally she's like 5'7", but I would say she probably goes up like, it's not like a full
5'8".
to 5'9", but like
She's taller than I remember.
Yeah, you seem 2 inches bigger all of a sudden.
It's just her
Before she was
personality.
tall, but now
Her
she's
presence.
like tall.
And everywhere we go is completely flat
I'm
ground.
tall.
But yes, that's all from me.
Okay. The amber shade will again move to come forward.
How about the foul beast?
Strike.
Strike thee!
The mask shatters as you plunge a glaive into it, and as you do, a broken mask falls to the floor in fragments. But there is no
He said
body.
the name!
There is no body there.
Right.
Top of the round. The figure will raise both hands in your direction, Hazim, but then one of them, it shifts off to the side slightly. There is a pulse
No.
on the floor between you all. Where are we with this? There we go. As a eruption of purple comes out and spans out, shadowy tendrils, very like Vanessa's sort of spells, all leap up from the floor and just try and lash on and wrap around you all and drag you to ground for a moment. I need everybody to make me a, well, it should prompt a Constitution saving throw now.
Oh, yep. Circle of Death sounds alright.
It got itself. Fool.
Saving throw. What am I saving throw on?
Constitution.
Circle of Death.
You're concentrating on Pass Without Trace.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I mean you've done spells and shit.
No,
so that's gone.
That should have ended. She was concentrating on my armor.
Your shield. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I succeeded. You still have it.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's not been added, by the way.
I don't even hit you yet. Yeah, it hit you quite big, hadn't it?
Yeah,
Nothing,
nothing.
If it hit you like
nothing's-
24s and 25s, I think it'd land on you.
Yeah, the only
I don't
reroll
think
we had
there's
was
been a
the
hit
gun.
that's landed. Well, maybe there has since I. Either way, you should have a +2 AC.
I should have a +2 AC.
So, yes, that reaches up. How did we all do? So, save. Did everybody save on it? Oh, no, all failed. Okay, yeah, you feel those shadows.
I was
I'm try-
concentrating so hard on the shield that I failed this.
Nice. Yeah, and then it lowers itself slightly, and in the midst between you
Fuck
and the shadows, another figure just spirals, like twists up from the floor. That is all it will do. It is lowering down slightly, and that is its turn. Whisper, it's you.
I am going to again just whisper something under my breath and cast mirror image on myself.
Nothing's attacking you.
I don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, these zombies might come for you.
And
Azim's
then,
gonna fucking die is what's gonna happen.
and then I would like to cast first aid on you, and to
First
do
aid.
so, I am going to go up closer to the thing.
Remember, it's a touch spell.
Yup.
So you're coming. Yeah, first aid is a
Does it know the formula?
homebrew spell. I can't remember. I think it does everything except take off one of your hit dice.
Basically allows me to spend my hit dice on others.
The problem is that they're both. Oh well. Oh wait. No. I tell a lie. Yeah, they're both actions.
No.
Yep.
First
They're
aid,
both actions.
one action. Caster's remain hit die. Mirror image, one action. Come on, Luca. Come on, what you doing?
She's been on shrooms.
I'm gonna undo mirror image then.
Okay.
I'll just run up to you and do that. I'm gonna give myself a slot back. I will run up and touch you, and heal you a little bit, and then hopefully get a chance to pass, to get myself out of there.
Sacred flame that bitch. Still got bone. You've still got
Oh
a
yeah,
cantrip.
because I've still got, haha, yeah.
Actually, is it a cantrip?
I undid
can't.
it.
No, it's a bonus.
Yeah,
it's a bonus.
it's-
Oh, no, it's
an
still an
action,
action. You
isn't
still
it,
use an
Glenn?
action. You still use an action. You can only use a bonus action.
That's fine. What I will do then.
Nice.
2 leveled spells.
Can it float?
Yeah.
How high can
Oh,
it
it's a-
float? Spiritual
Never
weapon?
mind. Then
Oh wait,
that's just
first aid
a-
is a cantrip though. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh man. That worked.
Smack.
It's 30 feet in the air. You can't cast in the air with spiritual weapon, can you?
Sure you can. It's
I
floating.
thought you could.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought it like just floated off the ground. I didn't think it could fly or
Wherever
anything.
you want it to be, right?
I mean, it makes sense.
Floating. Yes, it's floating. It doesn't say it has hover, it says it floats.
But it doesn't have a fly speed, which always
Well,
made
it's
me
not.
go.
It's not a. It doesn't have a fly speed because it isn't an
Creature.
actor, is it? It's a concept.
Sure.
I know flying swords and mirror animated weapons can
No, if
fly.
it doesn't say it, I
Yeah.
think because I mean I
Yeah.
know with the sphere of fire that I always used to do, that could only hover. I couldn't make that move around anywhere.
Yeah.
No,
Right. So
cool.
what? For whatever reason, first aid was a bonus action in my mind.
No.
So
Come on,
what
what are
I
you
actually
doing?
did was
works.
came over, touched you, healed you a little bit, and then just threw a dagger. Up
Oh,
at
you
the
have rolled the
creature.
damage, so that's your attack roll for spiritual weapon. 23 does hit.
Nice.
Let me remove that damage. Cool. Okay. Anything else from you, Whisper?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay, Hazir, it's you.
Okay.
Fucking casters, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go 1,
Not you, Quinn.
2.
Oh my god.
Not singling anybody out, but not you, Quinn. Okay, I am going to make a glaive attack on this boyo. Hits on my shade, cool.
Your weapon strikes. Roll your damage, but it is going to react as the weapon hits, but just doesn't get broken up. Roll your damage.
Okay, I'm doing this as a pushing attack. So give me 1 second. 1 superiority dice. Oh shit. So I add the superiority dice to the attack's damage roll, which is 1d8. So plus 1d8. Yeah, could have been better. It needs to make a strength saving throw. Otherwise it gets pushed 15 feet away. But I don't know what it's doing as its reaction.
Yeah. Nat 20.
For what?
For its strength saving throw.
Okay.
For a total of 23. As the glaive digs into it, you see it get its hand with the spear to strike towards you, and it just moves in like a flurry, and this really erratic, rapid pattern of strikes comes out.
No. I'll take that.
It's a very dramatic animation for then. Ah! Shit! Okay, yeah. So
I flurry back at it.
that was your first attack?
Okay, and so glaive pommel is my bonus.
Hits.
Then second attack, glaive attack. It got advantage on its strength saving check. Okay,
did.
cool. Okay, then I'm not going to try and do a pushing attack again. Then. Alright.
Big crack appears in the mask.
Okay, I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity.
He can't. It's already reacted.
Oh, shitballs! Excellent. Then 1, 2.
Legs it.
Yeah, back up to here with my glaive drawn out to it.
You now also hear.
That's fine. Our allies approach. Bonus action. Yeah, that is me.
The amber shade, with its spear, just sort of looking around side to side, sees it surrounded, steps between Whisper and Quint, and then just lunges its spear out towards you still, Hazim, as that beam leaps from the spear in your direction.
Oh, so it's smarter now. Okay. It learns. It's adapted.
But it misses. Goes wide again. Quint, it's you.
Panicking as it kind of steps forwards and is shooting dark energy out at my friends. Quint's just like, ah! And he's gonna immediately strike out with one of the short swords. And as he does so, he flourishes them in a more what would be the word, flamboyant way than he would necessarily need to, and is going to booming blade.
Booming blade.
Fuck. Swinging and missing, he's then gonna try and stab into the gut with his offhand and the other short sword. And that is all she wrote, I think.
Okay, yeah, it's the mask looking heavily cracked. It is not in a good way. That's my foundry having thoughts and feelings at the moment. Okay.
Doesn't like how you're treating us.
First of all, roll 1d6. Shrouded figure. The circle of death does not replenish. It drifts towards you, Hazim.
Oh, what is this bullshit?
And then it will cast. Oh, no, not that. That's. Regardless of not recharging, it casts its recharge ability. Do you have less than half HP now, Hazim?
Yes.
The beam as it fires this bolt at you this time, it seems to struggle to fixate it on you exactly as it fires off and it goes wide. But it has summoned
A dude 30 feet up in the air, so he takes like 3d6 damage as he hits
I
the
don't know
floor.
why. I don't know why it keeps doing that. This
Done it now.
It's the
Done
companion. The companion add-on seems to summon things at the level that it's currently at. Yeah. Woo! Just starts its attack is to drop dead corpses on you. Let's add that to the mix. That is all it's going to do. Oh, that Amber Shade is immediately next. As it comes up from the floor, you just, as you're backing away, is even dodging that. As you sort of like dodge, you just sort of see behind you another one of those twist and rise and figures come up. And this time, this one being close to you, this isn't the spear that comes at you; it's the hand. Just tries to slam down on your shoulder. As this hand just goes on, and as you just feel this chill begin to set in, you manage to just twist and wrench it away. That is all that it can do. Whew, okay, right. This is going to be a bit of a gamble now. Whisper, it's your turn.
My
Muted.
Got
My
it.
image is
Got
going
it.
to fuzz and then split as I cast mirror image on myself. I don't know. It's not doing the fancy thing that you had on the other thing the other day.
Don't drag it, remember. Single click and click where you want it to go.
I'm listening. I will be right
What
back.
are you
Are
talking
you,
about?
are you talking about making Halessi?
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Just the mirror image. How I think it was in Spelljammer where it was like.
Yeah, I think that's because he's already set
Okay.
up the token aura effect. Yeah, that.
Okay. Cool. Then we're good. It seems to be working. I assume.
It didn't do the what, by the way. Describe that again.
Yeah, the token effect where it's like. Anyways.
Yeah, there's a macro you can use for that.
And then I will attack. Oh, it doesn't let
Get the
me
big
do
dude.
it
Get the big
unless
dude.
I've
Get the big dude.
placed
Get the big dude.
They're all big.
The
The floaty dude.
what?
The flying dude.
Hold on. It insists that I place a new template for the thing in order to roll damage.
So if you remember, Rabskull's Dirk has it set up as just an attack.
Where?
In the actor... Oh, it doesn't anymore. What the hell? Okay, right, that's fine. We can delete the extra actors.
Yeah.
So what was the damage? Click damage on it, and it should roll the attack.
Won't let me unless I place a new thing, and then it says
Yes,
I
you
have
just-
to roll an
you just
attack,
placed-
but it won't let me place the attack without the. Can you help, DM?
Yeah, I'll just do it.
Thank you.
No,
Because
he
the
can't.
companion manager is empty for me, so I cannot roll it myself.
Okay, let's have a look. The attack... We need to...
Fix
I
it.
need to know. I don't think it's broken. I just need to find a better way to get this to work because I feel like spiritual weapon, as bad as Sacred Flame was about Andalis, spiritual weapon went without a hitch.
I've got a really good Warp Gate version that I'll send you.
Thank you. So the attack roll was a 17. Let's have a look. Which hits? So yep. Roll damage. So you rolled your damage. It was 11. Damage to it. Okay. Yes. Good hit. Anything else from you, Whisper?
No, not right now.
Okay. Hazim, it's you.
I'll step a little bit closer. I'm going to attack you dude over here. I'm gonna attack him again. I am gonna carry.
No,
Okay.
oh no, shit, Pommel's hit. Shit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, okay. So I can see these dudes coming up here now, right?
Yeah, I don't know why all my wild card tokens had gone, so I've forgotten adventures for now.
Unbelievable. And these dudes, they're like normal moving. They're not like slow and. Are they like?
No, they're just regular speed. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, that's me.
Okay. The Amber Shade will step around and again blast the spear towards Hazim, son of Hazim. Misses. A very dramatic
God.
spell effect for a miss. Quint, it's you.
Quint is going to. Once again, I am asking you for a booming blade. And he's going to try and finish off this one here. Fuck you!
Misses.
And he'll come up and try and stab with the offhand sword again.
Hits.
Oh yeah, he deals 2 points of damage. Exciting.
Anything else from you?
No. Oh fuck.
The hands reach out again. Now this is going to... This might have an unforeseen effect, but I roll back after a moment. In fact, I can do this a different way.
Is he gonna kill all his own dudes?
Yeah. But I'm just... There's a quick way of me fixing that. Cool. Okay. If this kills spiritual weapon, I will bring it back. Brace for saving throws as those purple tendrils come up and lash onto everything again.
That range is disgusting.
It is.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at those 9 hit points,
Grab
baby.
Scuttle's Dirk! No!
And this was the end of the campaign.
Pretty close too.
Fuck.
Yeah, that erupts across everyone.
What
And
turn are
then
these zombies moving on?
Pardon?
What turn are these zombies moving on?
I am moving them as a lair action. But 20 loses initiative ties, and he's 20. So they're moving up imminently. And then it will cast its aquatic bolt again at Hazim. But again, as it comes in, it seems to struggle to get a read exactly on where he is before it fires off. And
Is Circle of Death not an action? Either way, it missed.
it is an action. He shouldn't have fired the last one. That's a good point. He fires it and it goes wide. So, before we get to that, let's tap these in at this point. Becomes simpler. I'm going to move these two up because the last layer action one, and then I'm going to have them to initiative at the end. These begin to move up, and Hazim, you see that it is
get him back. If he's coming within range, he's getting decked.
If I may finish, Hazim,
Ooh.
you see that it does not seem to be coming towards you. It is focusing towards the amber masked figure.
I'll kill it
Regardless of
anyway.
that, would you still stop it? You
No,
can.
of course not. Okay.
I'm going to have it make its attack as like it arrives, and then I'm going to roll them both onto initiative.
Schrodinger's zombies. The side that they're on depends on how bad you're doing in the battle.
Let me roll these. Cool, okay. Amber Shade. It is his turn. He is going to try and grab out at you again, Azim.
Strength drain.
Fuck's sake. Whisper, it is you. You can see that it is all going to shit.
So I am going to do. Oh shit! All right, and then if this can. If it'll allow me to do spiritual weapon.
Isn't that also a bonus action to have it make an attack? And you just use a bonus attack for your healing word?
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I thought I used cure wounds for a second, but never mind. Yeah, then I'm gonna do sacred flame on the guy.
Succeeds. The flames lap up it for a moment, and you see its mass begin to look like it's starting to melt for a moment, and then it just does like a full spin, and like the flames just lap off.
Yep.
Anything else from you?
That's it for me.
Okay. Hazim, before you act, oh,
24 hit points.
124.
Oh god.
you hear like a snap, and you see a bolt go flying into the middlemost masked figure.
From where?
Make me a perception check, everybody. Ooh. That had literally 10 HP.
Kill Stealer.
Let's have a look. What are our perceptions? Quint. You identify that it came from this tree line. Somewhere in the region of and as that masked figure shatters, Hazim, it is you. You see these two figures coming in at the end, then suddenly one of them just erupts, and Quint's looking around. Figure's still floating.
Out of my range, so I'm going to focus on this dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I will turn to those and say, "Take it down now!" And I will attack this boy.
Whoa. Oh, so the damage didn't come through. It looked like he was going from hit to hit. I was like, do some damage. Okay, so what's that? Hit on the 10, miss on the pommel.
Miss on the
second
sound.
attack. Damn.
Fuck this bullshit.
Anything else from you?
I am kind of gauging that this zombie's coming in at it. I am going to take a chance. I'm going to move away.
Try and strike out at you as you do. It will go for another. Oh no, it won't. It'll go for a shadow spear. That hovered in that 20 for me for a second, then I was like, my god! Anything to be done about that? I see Quint
I'll
opening his
silvery
mouth.
barb it. Yeah. So it'll have to re-roll.
Yeah, let's roll it again. Taking the lowest. Still hits, unfortunately. Does Hazim still have advantage on his next attack, even if it still hits
Yes.
after the reroll? Okay.
Well, if I'm alive.
Oof. Just. Shadow Spear takes you full in the chest. But you manage to just stay afloat.
I like stagger backwards a little bit. Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I will tell Quint, back up. Get away from it.
Quint, it's you.
He was initially thinking, oh no, I'm going to have to hide the fact that I can use magic because somebody will see. But in such a dire situation, he's going to take Azim's word to heart and give it everything he's got to try and take down the floating figure. And he's going to cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
Come on.
That's 4
That's
more
above
of
average,
those.
above average, above average, above average.
Tell me how you kill it.
Oh god! Rather than because he's got his hands full of swords, he basically energy coalesces around his fist that's holding the sword, and he points the sword at it, and they shoot along the sword and out of the tip of it, out at the creature, striking it in the chest.
A shower of loose clay chunks rains down to the floor, along with a white robe that, as it touches the floor, just seems to pass straight through it, as if the floor was immaterial, just leaving this pile of clay chunks. Anything else in Quint?
Just more backing up, and that is it.
Does this masked fucker stay here?
Oh yeah. Next up,
Come on, zombies. Get in with the attack of opportunities. Get in there.
Zomboy.
Wreck him. Kill Steel.
Misses. Next up,
Come on, zombie boy.
it's.
Nice.
And you see the glow just.
Tactics and shit, these boys.
No. These are just zomboys. The amber shade, seeing these things on it, still just spears towards Hazim.
Doesn't even come for me. Don't even move for me anymore, these fuckers.
Oh my god.
Night.
I have a reaction
worry.
again. I will silvery barbs.
How many has he got?
All the
In a
barbs.
single combat, I understand the DM's plight. Okay. You've downgraded the damage at least.
Worthless.
The spear. Well, crit damage could have been nasty.
It's not gonna matter.
The spear comes forward. Poof.
Down.
Hazim. Whisper, you just see Hazim crumple. I want a mirror image! As he drops to the floor. It then steps forward, taking both attacks of opportunity from the zombies.
You need to step forward another one to take the one from the other one.
Yeah, it's gonna. While I'm here, it's
Okay.
gonna. And I'm doing it from the same one, but it's just both doing their shit. Yeah, nothing.
Why are you attacking the same one? He clearly missed the first time. He's a terrible attack.
Fuck me.
He's got one arm.
Quint and Whisper, despite the combat, you see that this figure just steps forward and immediately crouches down and starts trying to search Hazim for something.
It's up my butt.
Yeah. Whisper, it's you.
Vibrating near the altar. It's up my butt.
Come on, Whisper.
Did I know where Hazim had it?
He just had it on his purse and he didn't say.
I did, but she doesn't remember what
I
I
saw
said.
him. I was staring. I specifically said I was.
Okay, you've got key in mind. You would have just.
watching.
You've got key in mind. You would have just heard it. Where did you say you were putting it, Hazim?
Up my butt. Let's put it in. I put it in my pocket.
I will instantly go right to where I know it is and grab it. And while I am touching Hazim, I have got spare the dying. On him, just whispering a quick prayer while I go right to where I know it is and grab the arrowhead. And then, having spared Hazim, I am going to just move away.
Okay. I will allow you to get it first, only because it didn't know and had to search, and you knew exactly where it was. Otherwise,
That's what I'm betting on.
There'd have
Yeah.
been some sort of contest there. So yeah, sure, you have snatched it and have
He
moved
mind
away.
saving the day.
Okay. Anything else from you?
No, that's it. That's
Okay. So Hazim.
it.
Okay. So Hazim is unconscious but stable. Nothing to be rolled. He's
And
just-
I have the thing and I'm running.
You do. Before we get to Hazim, though, well, before we skip over the unconscious Hazim, where are...
Advantage.
What? Oh.
Silvery barbs. That's never good.
Why are we
And-
rolling multiple things?
Another crossbow bolt that stood where you are, Whisper and Quint, you both see come from this tree line. Just takes this this boy. You oh no, that's plus
Oh, just
health. That's plus health.
Did Whispers not still have her thingy? Her
Have
perhaps
for what?
Scuddles Dirk?
She did. It's there.
Did she not do anything with it?
It's right there.
No, she did not. You do see Quint and Whisper a bit of cloak darting between these trees, heading south after the shot was fired. Quint, it's you.
Quint is going to unleash the full power of Magic Missile
This
By
guy just keeps
casting it.
ramping it up every round.
at 3rd level. Yes!
Nice.
So it's 4 more of those.
Tell me how. Well, you explode it. The mask fully shatters. As the creature is kill. Anything else from Quint?
He backs up to the edge of the platform a bit and just looks exhausted. The creatures, we can't do this. Should we run? Can you save him?
Stay calm. I can heal him. Do not attack them yet.
They eat his corpse.
It lingers, looking down at Hazim. And looks
Fail.
back at the other.
Zombie do what zombie do.
And the zombie moves down.
Call out. Wait.
Its pale eyes come up to you for just a second. You have its attention for a few seconds.
He's our friend.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Because that
Alright,
was
alright.
not compelling.
Yeah, don't!
I'm just trying to. I'm not gonna go on some soapbox speech. I'm just getting information across quickly.
You call out and you see there
Simple
is
concepts.
a flicker of hesitation, but you also see the hand that is sort of on Hazim is just sort of a little bit too clutching a little bit too hard at him, but it's keeping its eyes on you for just a moment. The other one, I'm not going to roll. You made the same entreaty to both. Comes up and looks to be in a very, very similar sort of predicament. Whisper it to you.
I'm gonna go back up there and just look at them. I'm gonna have my hands
all
up.
bloody and delicious.
Yep. And I am just gonna like crouch down next to him and put my hand on his chest, just still looking at them, like keeping my face up and eyes on them while I do this, and just say, I'm sorry, he is our friend. I would like to heal him. And then I'm going to do so.
With healing word?
Um,
Why with healing word and not cure wounds? Cure wounds does
because
more
I
than it.
clicked on the wrong thing, Alex.
Yeah. Let's take that back and do it with cure wounds that heals more.
Alright, fine. If the TM will allow me.
Yeah, go on.
Alright. They're right next to each other.
Mhm.
That extra
Same,
one.
Honestly, though.
Extra one.
Hazim, you come to with a gasp and see a zombie
I have my
crouched
hand
over
on
you.
his
and
chest, though, like still to like try and keep him like if I hear him breathe in, I'm just gonna look down at him like and kind of press on his chest, and then look back up at these guys.
Okay, anything else from you, Whisper?
That's it.
Hazim, before it is you. Another. Yeah. I'll do it. The zombie that's crouched with a hand on you, Hazim. Just you see it looking down at you. Suddenly, this magnificent bolt just sticks up the front of its skull and it topples forward over you.
I will scream out no.
This zombie is kill. Now it is you, Hazim. You are prone with a non-mechanically inflicted zombie lying across your chest, and Whisper with a hand on your chest. I like how you typed out the no for extra emphasis.
See, so this thing, so Whisper's shouting no. Okay, cool. Right, I'm taking it at that. But I'm also taking it at I don't know whether it's a no not to attack it or a no to the zombie
Yeah.
not to be attacked. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I don't know, intelligence or wisdom, as to whether I fucking.
I mean, I do have a hand on your chest still.
Sure. But that's because you've just healed me, right?
No, I'm like
Well,
pressing down to like
sure.
in a like don't get involved kind of
No,
like way.
don't elaborate. If you
Yeah,
wanted to
that's
be like,
not mechanical though, because otherwise you'd have been trying to restrain him. So he's
you'd
not
have gone,
restrained.
no, Hazim, don't
I feel
attack
like I
it.
explained that,
So
though,
initial instinct, your instinct, Hazim.
And I think it's off me, so I'm going to wisdom saving throw. I think if I go
Okay.
below 10, I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to scuttle away then with a withdraw.
Yep. Remember you're prone as well.
2, 3, up onto the steps. As I kind of hit the steps, I'm going to stand up.
Okay. Oh, sorry, thank you, Hazim.
I mean, that was
Any-
my turn.
That was you. Was that you?
Yeah.
Yep. Quint, it's you. You see this happening? The zombie head explodes.
I'm immediately going to rush forwards, kind of near Hazim, and swing the sword,
Ah!
and in doing so, from its tip, fling a fireball at the zombie.
Oof. Tell me how you kill it.
With a fireball.
Fireball erupts in its chest, and you can smell the scorched flesh as it gurgles its last gurgles.
As Joseph gurgles, falls, smouldering as the flames lap up it. We will take a break whilst Whisper works out just how upset she is.
Well, she compartmentalizes the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we will be back in 10. We are back.
Meh.
Has he managed to get rid of the giggles at the last minute there?
I put food
So
in my face.
we are seconds later. Whisper, you see the first zombie just collapse back over Hazim, and just a moment later, from behind you, a bolt or streak of fire just comes up and just erupts around the other zombie. It just falls back, flailing for a moment until it stops. Singed flesh in your nose. The air is still. What do you do?
A little bit Indian.
I will stand up and turn to see. I'll hand him back the arrowhead, and just look at them both and say, "We should move."
We must be careful. There was someone in the woods. That way.
We're aiming for our enemies. I do not feel they're a danger.
I'm gonna literally stand up and run and barge between these two trees and try and end up on the other side. Where the trees are the thinnest.
Yeah.
None there?
Maybe perception check.
There is nobody back there except Deus Ex Machina.
What's your name? Mac. Why?
Let's have a look. Oh no, there's no.
No, there's nobody there.
Why aren't skills showing up there? Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh, you catch. Oh, it shows up. That's unfortunate. You see a bit of cloak. However, the art would have given it away anyway. You see a bit of cloak moving away to the south, but hearing you the burst of the trees behind. It sort of glances over her shoulder and stops for a moment and turns, and you see unmistakable features to any of you from Faerun of a.
They don't see it. This is on me.
Of a Gif Yankee, tall, male, not wielding the weapons you see here. You see the great sword is there, but there's no shield. You see a heavy crossbow strapped across the side. Just, I see no point in a protracted chase.
You are Virat Junel.
Yes. And you are careless, it would seem.
In what way?
To have found yourself and your companions so terribly outnumbered and wounded.
You saw what we were fighting? It was hardly
I did
something.
not have a clear shot of the one that was not on the ground, but I did what I could with the others. There's a bit of an odd, melodious sort of flow to his wording. You are
Thank you.
Koli.
You are Geth. Neither of us are Falkovnian.
No.
Can we hear a conversation
Yeah,
occurring?
you hear. You hear muttering.
And I will gesture to the Aura like, perhaps so my companions do not need to jump through the trees as I did. And then I jump back through the tree.
I'm also going to end for combat.
End the session. Fuck! I will kind of stand alongside him and say, the one over there, I've traveled with her the longest. She's called Whisper. This is our new companion, Quint. All three of us from Faerun.
A pleasure to meet you. Who is this, Ezzy?
I mean, straight away, would Quint know of the gift?
Yeah, anyone from Faerun, particularly with an arcade.
I had to roll for it. What's this bullshit?
But like, did you know who
You
he
had,
was?
you had to
specifically?
roll to piece together descriptions by someone who
Okay.
didn't know what a gift was.
Are
Seen
are they that well known?
in my setting.
That's fair. That's fair. This is the man whose name I just had up for a second, and I cannot remember it again. Jonas. Have you
Javier.
Got you know.
But
I
Javier.
am Virat Junel.
had you
Javier
have you heard of him
Jonas.
before? Is that how you knew his name, or what?
Yeah, we have heard him before.
Ah,
But I've not. I never open my notes anymore.
I believe we told Quint about him in our recap that there was one other outsider rumored to be here that came here with like a dragon, but the dragon died or something. Did we not tell
Looking
you
at
that?
his face, this is another of your alternate
With the
multiverse
dragon?
realities. Okay,
I
then-
maybe
Never
heard
mind.
about an outsider, but if it was a dragon involved, whew.
we should have talked more. This is Javier Junel. He
Virat
is,
I will make a
Junel.
mental note of his face.
he is another outsider. He arrived here quite some time ago. He was a dragon rider, as many of the greatest of your kind are, I believe. And I say this not to try and flavor your reputation. It is just what I have heard.
Yes.
Also a favored among Valkovnir and Rakov, I believe.
For as little as that counts, yes. It is a fickle station.
Is it one that you embrace, or one that is simply a matter of surviving being here?
It is my station, and therefore it is. I have no means of leaving this place, as neither now do you. So I make for most of my lot, carrying myself on however long the currents of favour bestowed upon me by myself and Salochanir permit.
Do I recognize that name? Oh, is that the dragon's name?
I presume a gift
Sucking it.
god.
Religion check?
You see, if there's a look of confusion, it's like, Salochanir was my companion.
Yeah, I thought I'd heard the name. I believed that the dragon died, did it not?
It did.
My condolences.
Still. And I'm gonna look at the bodies of the zombies. Is it also affected by the disease that plagues this land?
It is.
That is the first animal we've seen that's a zombie, right? Well, although we've heard of, because we've seen them before.
Dragons aren't really like an animal.
I
Right?
thought we'd have we seen? Oh, the owlbear. The owlbear was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we've never seen like wandering deer or anything like
Deer.
that.
You were chased by the zombie squirrels.
That was the one shot.
Yeah.
It was the worst one shot I ever did with the DM. Okay. So I don't know, maybe of an intelligence or something. Okay. There is no way to return them to the way they were.
Not without destroying him, and yet this is something I have not been able to do myself and would not involve Drakov's soldiers with. Salokanir lived with me faithfully for many decades in Turmaraf. I would not see him be used as some weapon employed by the shaman.
The shaman, someone in Valkovnia?
Pyotr Razbanov, he is a soothsayer of Drakov's in Mofenzi.
We are aware
He
of.
has your. Sorry.
No, yeah, sorry.
And he has your companion now?
No. Salokanir ranges free still, but keeps himself restricted to an area, for he cannot fly in his current state, not as he once did. Many go disappearing in the area he ranges. I try to steer away as best I can, and yet they do not understand the truth. Hunger's Hollow, they call it. They think the undead are more densely populated there, and this lie I encourage.
To keep them away.
To keep them away.
But you want the death of Selakanir so that you can.
My companion died already. I now seek to only give rest to his bones.
Do you not hope for a cure?
You have not seen him. This cannot be cured.
Drakov would have no intention of trying to help you do this.
Drakov would say that she would, but on seeing Solokanir and the potency he still possesses, I fear her mind would stray to seeing him as an opportunity, one that I would not have become of such a noble friend.
And so, if we were to help you bring peace to your friend, you would be more of an ally to us than perhaps to Drakov.
He sort of surveys the scene around you all, and sort of like steps over as he's talking and begins extracting bolts that you fired. Hazim, and I think only Hazim in this situation, make me a perception check, please.
I summon forth the advantage of silver pubs.
No, do you know what? Sorry. Whisper, you can make it as well.
Because he didn't roll high enough.
Oh, no, you did roll enough. I was looking at Whisper. I was looking at what each of you have. Yeah, Hazim notices, and let's see when Whisper's roll comes through. Okay, well, Hazim, you notice, and depending on what Whisper rolls, maybe she notices as well. These bolts, I think, 4 were fired off? All for... Okay. These bolts, all absolutely pristine. Despite having, some mist, some gone smashing through things, there is no damage at all to these bolts. And yeah, sort of surveying the area is like, even the greatest combatants can have bad days or be ambushed. Is the scene here typical of your usual prowess?
We have fought weaker and stronger. We have fought one of these before, but they had not summoned the masked creatures. The flying one we managed to dispatch without much ailment. We fought what you might know as an owl bear, but one of these undead kind. We came face to face with one of those. We have fought off our fair share of undead. And I kind of pause for a second. We killed Irina of Fort Wotton.
The brow furrows slightly.
We were forced into it. Not that she was ever a friend of ours, but she was quick to turn.
Drakov does not know of this.
I do not know what Drakov does and does not know.
I tell you, Drakov does not know of this, for she favors Irina. And if she did, I would have heard of an outcry and a call to arms for your impalement.
And now that you know of it, will Drakov hear of it anytime soon?
Solokanir was a good friend of mine. What are your intentions once you aid me in granting him rest?
I do not know. I guess that would depend on how much of an ally you are. I suppose we are accidental enemies of Drakov, perhaps in the same way that you are accidental allies. Or perhaps not. You have been here for some time, so it is easy to see
18
your
years.
captors. It is not unheard that captives soon favor their captors.
Stalkayov syndrome.
We've heard it called many things for many different places.
I know this place for what it is. There is no way to leave.
I do not believe that is correct.
I look forward to you demonstrating how you feel it is possible to leave then.
If you are an ally of us, then I'm sure you will be called upon when we intend to leave.
And if you aid me in granting rest to Solokanir, then an ally you shall all become.
And I look towards Whisper and Quint. We are short of allies in Falkovnia. Best for me to make an ally of those from beyond. At least we have that in common.
Willing to help you have your friend find rest.
Though I do not necessarily revel in the excite of facing what was a dragon and undoubtedly still a formidable opponent.
How
There is
far
still
this-
something.
Sorry, I thought you were done. How far is this Hunger's Hollow from here?
Sort of.
I open the map and wait for it to point in the middle.
He sort of looks across each of you, eyes lingering on you for a few moments, even to consider something. He then turns, inclines his head slightly towards you, Whisper, and then Quint, and then says, in the same musical sing-song tone, in Sylvan, both of you understand this tongue. Is what the Cowley says true? Is this the character of him?
Yes.
And then he looks to you. Quint?
Quint responds in Sylvan that I don't really know them all that well, to be honest. I've only been here a day.
And in the middle, you're saying he then swaps to Elvish. And she, is she of good character also, and true to her word?
Well, they seem to be earnest from the little time I've spent with them, but
Looks back to you. Hazim drifts off mid-sentence and shifts to a slightly rough around the edges Kalashite Alzido. Do both of them be true to word?
I've known each of them less than a month. Him, only a day, but I do not travel with people or make allies easily. All I can say is that you were aware that I was Quali, and if so, you may be aware of my kind and what I consider Al-Sara. And so those that travel with me are my family. I do not travel with people lightly.
Allies we may be, if a vow you will all swear. Particularly to you, he looks at Quint. I know how academics can be tempted. No part of Salo Khanir is to be harvested. His body will be treated with respect. I appreciate the value your kind often puts on bone and blood and scale, but he is to be put to rest. Do this you swear?
Yes, I would swear it.
I swear it.
And he just draws this huge silver greatsword, quite thin with one hand, and just tip to the ground, just gives it twice like a before stowing it back. Then we have an accord, and to Hunger's Hollow we shall stride. And he leans forward and taps on your map, and highlights. I've not got an immediate update, but it is in the dark region. But the central is in the central forest.
Right in the middle of the map is a fucking
Ding ding
undead
ding!
dragon.
Alex is the winner.
Can you imagine when he revealed the top left, like, Jesus Christ, DM, we're trying to leave this place. Stop making sense of the place.
I don't think we'll ever see top left.
What is over here? It's out on the map.
He would tell you. I can't remember, where are we? Falkovnia.
I earn XP every time a bit more of the map's revealed.
It's a fucking. Where are we? I mean, he can. He absolutely, having been here for 18 years,
Yeah.
can point out areas of your map.
This we call the Mountain of Healing Potions. Oh, fuck! Why didn't we go there?
Yeah, as he looks at this this hand drawn map, he points out where Hunger's Hollow is. Yeah, he will also highlight areas you don't know about. Let me just see if anything else needs. I think that is. Yeah, he will share with you. the full extent of Falkovnia. Hunger's Hollow is a day's hike east of Willow Watch. We should avoid the roads anyway as you travel. With a week to spare, patrols of many and fortifications raised. For in a week the dead will come.
Then we should probably not tarry too much. Although a little time to rest would be most welcome.
Do you seek to rest here, or do we wish to move away from this place? What was your purpose here anyway?
Curiosity. We had
This is
heard
an
this
old place that has been its purpose long forgotten.
Perhaps we will find out its true purpose in time.
Much here has been forgotten or lost or is not questioned by those here due to habit.
So we believe. Much of Drakov's doing.
At first I thought so, but I think not.
Those that Drakov answers to?
She answers to no one that I am aware of. But yet she seems to be a victim of the circumstance she finds herself in as much as this land. I have spent many hours in her company over the years, as a true born of Falkovnia.
We too have met with her. Did you say we were having the ring?
Yeah.
And I will take out the ring. To grant us some semblance of safe passage.
Passage will always be safe so long as she considers you to be useful to the effort. Keep being useful, or quickly these privileges will be lost and punishment soon to follow.
Her word and her loyalties seem fickle, interchangeable at best.
She would find this the greatest insult. She would say she defends the land, and she would say that sometimes the greatest leaders must make the most difficult decisions.
I would agree.
But the decisions I have seen made haunt me.
We have not been here that long, but I can only imagine. And I look to whisper.
How long did you say you had been here again?
Just over 18 years.
How many times have you seen her make the same choices, only to have the results fail?
Speak to your meaning.
I've heard that she is trapped in some sort of position where she is constantly repeating her mistakes.
She has been fighting off the undead for... Those here would say that she has been defending from the undead ever since she inherited command from her mother. But I have touched that mind. What?
I'm sorry, you're doing like a perfect Nandor impersonation from what we do in the shadows.
Oh. I am yet to see. What's I saying?
I don't know every time you talk. Okay, I'm sorry.
Your food is worms.
Will you just do me a favor and have him say Guillermo?
Guillermo.
Oh.
Yes, some would say she's taken command from her mother, but I have touched upon that mind.
Her mother.
A fiction. I have lost count of how many times she has defended against the undead. I suspect she herself must be some sort, for she has lived for hundreds of years, by my reckoning.
And yet the people here do not seem to realize it.
The people here live short lives by comparison.
Have you heard of anything similar in your travels before you came here?
Undead? Yes.
Those that would live for hundreds of years and the people that they rule over do not seem to realize it.
I think by the nature of short-lived races, such a thing ends up happening often anyway.
More so that
The
even...
Bale Norn, for example.
It is
I
not
have
what I mean. More that even when they speak of her in history, nobody seems to be able to recall a time before Drakov.
This is true, there is an influence here.
We have seen old statues, way older than the people here realize.
The sepulchre. In the Southwood. Stalingrad has similar, but now it stands deserted and forbidden. A town, little village to the north you'd heard about. Dark thoughts are often made manifest here, and desires can be visited upon you by the Grand Shadow. You have not given in to such thoughts. I feel that these are always part of the land's trickery.
Perhaps we have not been here long enough yet.
Perhaps.
Less than a month. We only came at the back of one moon. And we know now that the next approaches.
It does.
Is it as bad as they say?
Yes.
What's the best way to deal with such a thing? Do you go to a certain place?
Lekard is where the defense is held.
I've heard tell that the mountains are a good place to be, as the dead simply fall to their own deaths as they trek over them. Perhaps Lekar is simply poorly placed.
Lekard has tall, thick walls, heavily manned. It is also where the dead are drawn to when they come. So it is a defensible position. With each coming of a new month, we have a month to fortify, a month to range, a month to implement whatever Razbanov has come up with in the previous moon, and a month to implement whatever plan and tactic Drakov decides to favor this time, though so often that goes out the window when the attack comes.
So reach Lakar by the moon. Then perhaps we should rest quickly and talk on the way to Hunger's Hollow.
This is possible.
And I will just kind of like walk over to like the cliffside and just kind of sit down, roll my shoulders, and just sit. Then I feel here is as good a place as any. Doesn't seem like we're safe no matter where we go. And I find myself being here, so here is a good place to rest.
So we're resting just near here, are we? Yeah, the scrap took place.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of. I'll go against this over here, so I'm like kind of a bit more in sight of the.
Mm-hmm. You
Trapped
do have
inside
the-
a tree. I'm trapped
You have-
inside a tree.
Did you manage to pass through it? Did you?
Yeah, it's because the walling on this map is terrible. There we go.
Ha! I didn't war this one before my time.
False.
Hmm.
Nope. Nope. You are wrong, sir.
No, this is far too shoddily walled to be one of mine. Yeah. You have the arrowhead vibrating away.
Silently in my pocket. Out of
Mhm.
sight.
What are Quint and Whisper up to?
Oh shit, I've got no
I
hit
was-
dice.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest we find somewhere else to rest, not by the thing that the magic thing is calling to, but like if Hazim seems that tired, then I'll just come over.
Well, I mean, my rest is
Um,
more for refreshing action surge and second wind, and now that I realise I've got no hit dice, so we still
Yeah,
can take a long
I
rest.
would have done prayer of healing, but like I don't have that. I don't have the slot anymore, so I can do a couple of cure wounds.
It would be most welcome.
And we'll spend some time. He'll go down to the lake shore and clean what I imagine is loads of blood off of his face, and try and spend some time catching his breath.
Do the thing first. I will call
Azim
over
has
to.
no hit dice to spend.
It spends her
spend
own.
them. Yeah.
Oh no, it says for each hit die. Oh, what's that? Hold on. The creature can the creature can spend a hit die target to regain hit points, so it should use my hit dice.
No, we
No, it's
established
supposed to use
that
mine.
that
It's
needs
just
to be
never
updated.
used it. Okay.
Yeah,
So it-
because
I thought
because
it
we
was.
established, but it wasn't really fair. I could hear your resentment if you planned to use it. She came over, spent one of your hit dice for you, rolled a 1. You'd forever be like, I'm gonna roll that to see what it would have been. It would have been Max. You
Not me,
stole-
sir.
Well,
You leached my
but
life.
also, like character-wise, it works better when
Yeah.
if it's my hit dice that I'm spending.
Yeah, if it's
Um,
if it's magic, that makes sense.
I will call over to Quint. Quint, are you able to heal yourself at all with your magics?
I'm afraid that's not something I have knowledge of, but I'm fine. Hazim seems to be drawing far more attention to himself. I would worry about him first.
You are sure?
Yes, as long as I have a chance to catch my breath for the next 45 minutes to an hour, then I should be fine.
Okay. Sweet. How many? Okay.
Can have no hit dice left for yourself at this rate.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
don't.
feel like oh, it's not taking him away. So I've used that. I should have 2 hit dice left.
Okay. You're on 8 HP. So,
For the timer, can I spend a short rest?
yeah, you see, we're taking a short rest. Easiest thing to do, Whisper, is you spend 2 hit dice on the rest, and then change your HP back to 8.
Huh?
You were all here long enough that you're taking a short rest, yeah?
Yeah.
You have 2 extra hit dice at the moment, don't you? Because you've done it twice. So on the short
For
rest,
once, yeah.
you spend 2 hit dice, so they're ticked off because we're gonna remember this next week. But then at the end, change your HP back to 8 because that's what you currently have. So we're like 4 spending 2 hit dice. You follow me? No. Okay.
No, why wouldn't I just spend the hit dice on myself?
Because you said
rest?
because you can't. So you just said that you've spent 2 hit dice doing first aid on people, yeah, but you couldn't tick it off your character.
No, I've spent 3 out of my 5 hit dice on this spell on other people's, which means I have 2 left, right? Which
So the first aid spell was reducing your hit dice.
no, it's not. I'm just tracking it mentally.
Okay, we'll sort it at the end. Yeah, okay, cool. So everyone's taken some time and has rested up. Virat Janelle describes Hunger's Hollow as being about a day to the east. He describes a route that will have you bypass Willow's Watch, cross a road, and then head into the wood. And I think as you sort of rest up and prep to set off together towards it, that is a good place for us to wrap up the session.
So if it's going to take a day, does that mean we're going to get a night's sleep and we're going to be long rested going into Hunger's Hollow then?
Yes.
Nice.
Presumably you, unless you have other ideas, presumably you will camp at some point in the wood before Hunger's Hollow.
Okay. Yeah, 100%, yeah.
I will take us out of that and back to here. So yes, that was... Oh, and a cheeky arcane recovery. I despair at how long it took us for you to go, fuck! I've got arcane recovery. I think the first time you ever did it, I think it was with Selenka Bridge on the way up. I feel like it was really late.
It weren't that late. I'd used it earlier.
I
always
forgot.
I always forgot about it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That is us. We will be back next week. Thank you very much for watching. Until then.